Howdy viewers, welcome to Lizard Extras. Basically, this is a little side series of videos that'll be designated for quick videos with smaller scopes. These will be behind the scenes stuff, smaller ideas, or just random stuff I caught on camera. Not trying to make a big production out of these, but know that my higher quality stuff is still in the pipeline. Today's episode of Lizard Extras is actually tied to a video discussing gaming backlogs, and my advice for them. Expect to see that next week on Monday, but for now, enjoy the game collection tour.
Alrighty, wow, that's a lot of games. I guess I should probably start, I'll just start with a random one. Alrighty, this is Astral Chain. I actually purchased this pretty recently at a retro video game store called Wii Games. I used to own this back in like 2019 before my copy was stolen at school. I had this in high school. This was a really weird game. It came out in like the very beginning of the Nintendo Switch's life cycle, pretty much, and it's a platinum game that is about a cop and his or her legion, which is basically like this controllable like mech weapon thing that attaches to you via chain. And you control both of them at the same time. It's got this like really neat art style that's pulled straight out of like 90s anime. The music is neat. I really enjoy the combat. And this is one I'm definitely looking forward to finishing. It's not done yet, but I've put at least a couple hours into it. I definitely want to get back to this to get it knocked out the rest of the way. It's really cool. Up next, I've got this game for you. It's Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. It's a game made by Team Reptile. I don't know when it was released, but I found it on Amazon for like 20 bucks, I think like last year. So I picked it up, not knowing much about it. But this game is awesome, dude. I love the art style. The music is super good. I have a lot of its soundtrack on iTunes on some of my playlists, actually. It comes with these cute little stickers, and the gameplay is just so fantastic. You play as this guy named Red. You're like a cyborg who's looking for your chopped off head, basically. It's got this super weird story. The gameplay is just like Jet Set Radio, kind of. I played a lot of Jet Set Radio Future as a kid on the original Xbox, so that definitely scratched that itch. But it's really fun. The trick system is super simple, but also like it's got like a lot of depth, especially if you want to learn how to do like some of those crazy like combo lines that you see online. This is something that I've seen a bit on TikTok. I've seen clips of this game on TikTok, and I'm not surprised as to why. This game is awesome. I've got another indie title for you guys. This is Dead Cells. I originally played this game on Apple Arcade on my iPhone, actually. I really like this game. It's basically a roguelite where you are this guy. I don't remember his name. He comes back every time he dies, and you get these things called cells, which you can use to buy little upgrades that you can carry with you into your next run. It's really challenging. I have quite a few hours in it, and I still haven't finished the game, but it's definitely really great. It's also got this Castlevania DLC, which I haven't tried out, but I definitely do want to check it out eventually. It's a good one to add to your collection. Plus, it comes with this cute little art book, which is something that I've seen a lot of indie titles do, actually, where, like, you know, you get an art book with a bunch of different art that the developers worked on as they designed their video game. Let's move on to the next one. I'm sure that this one doesn't really need a big introduction to most of you folks. This is Celeste. This is the physical release by Fangamer. I found this at Retro City Games in Henderson, Nevada. And I really like this game. It's this retro-style platformer that originally started as like a Game Jam game, I think. And essentially you are Celeste, this girl who decides that she wants to climb a mountain. It's obviously way more in-depth than that, but I don't want to spoil too much. And it's definitely one that you have to check out for yourself. But it's very challenging. It's got a lot to explore with when it comes to like these extra challenges and like the B-side levels and stuff like that. I love the artwork in this game quite a bit. These aren't stickers, but they're supposed to look like stickers, and I love the artwork in this game. This also comes with a strawberry pie recipe, which is so cute. I absolutely love that. Another indie game with a physical like little pamphlet that came in the box. This one's great. And on a side note, I've been playing this in a couple of these other like platformer games with my Super Nintendo Switch Online controller. I got this for 30 bucks. It is really cool. It's very faithful to the original controller, which I used a lot as a kid. And I love this controller. It's super awesome and it's great for platformers. Definitely pick it up if you find it used. The next title I wanted to show off is Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. See, this game is definitely a challenge. They don't really teach you a lot that you need to know in the game in order to figure some of your stuff out, but it's really good. I'm sure you guys have probably seen a lot of Dragon's Dogma 2 that came out, I think, last year and got a lot of accolades, like was a very popular game. And this game is also really awesome. Just to give you an idea on how like vague some of the instructions are, you can fast travel in this game, but they don't teach you how to fast travel, and the only way you could fast travel is with this specific stone that you find just in your inventory chest that you can totally skip over, that they don't tell you to go check on. Yeah, it's one of those games. A Capcom title. It's really cool. It's a fantasy open world RPG, and you can climb the monsters, which is also really fun. It's really neat that you can just like tower over the boss fights and stab them a bunch. It's really cool. The next title in my stack is Katamari Damacy Reroll. This game is weird, dude. Basically, you are this guy who's called the Prince, and you roll around this big ball of items that grows bigger as you run things over. It's actually pretty challenging once you get into the later levels and you're trying to complete all those challenges and get like the best approval from your father, this guy. You start off super tiny, but you can run things over, and as long as it's smaller than the ball that you're rolling, you can make your ball larger. And you can get to a point in some of these later levels where you're running over cars, people, buildings, and you can just all pile it into one big thing and send it off into space to make a star. Super unique, really fun soundtrack, and this is definitely a fun pick up and play game, especially for the Switch. This game is so underrated. This is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. The first two games were on the PS3, the Xbox 360, the PS2, and the Wii. I played the Wii versions as a kid, but this one is exclusive to the Nintendo Switch, so sorry for you other gamers. This game is really awesome. I don't think it's canon with the other two games, but it has some of the best like couch co-op multiplayer I've played in a really long time. My boyfriend and I played through this one together because we're both big comic book fans, and yeah, we loved it. Super challenging, great gameplay. Definitely a good game to have if you like have friends over for beers sometimes. It's a good choice. This is Monster Hunter Rise. I haven't really played this game yet. This is one of those games that is in my backlog. That's probably going to be a reoccurring thing, but I just haven't gone around to it yet. This was another recent pickup. This is No Man's Sky. I purchased this because of the Switch 2 patch that was released for free recently, and I'm a big sci-fi guy, so I was really excited to try this one out. I haven't gone around to it yet. I've heard this one is a good title to play online with some friends, so I definitely want to check this one out. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is a very, very controversial game. When it came out, the performance on the original Nintendo Switch was absolutely fucking terrible. Like, this game was ugly, it was like very pixelated, it ran at a very, very slow frame rate, and it actually like slowed down the game logic, so it wasn't like it was just choppy, it was like the game would actually physically slow down. So I've seen like stuff where people lost like 5 hours of actual gameplay on like their Switch like tracked gameplay log versus like the in-game gameplay log. So that kind of dampened a lot of people's opinions on this game, but I think that the actual like game design was pretty good. The open world is neat and you can go anywhere, which I think they should have brought back some like skill-based like leveling thing where your other trainers that you fight would level up with you, but you know, I digress. It's still really fun. Paldea is such a cool like region to explore. They added so many features. This game changed a lot for Pokemon, and I'm really looking forward to see what Game Freak does with their next title, Pokemon Legends CA, which is coming out later this year. Here we have Resident Evil Triple Pack. This game is weird, mostly because it came with these two games as download codes, and this has like the actual cartridge, so realistically, it's just a physical copy of Resident Evil 4. But it's neat to have on the Switch. I really like all three of these games, actually. Resident Evil 5 is probably one of my favorites just because I played it with a really good friend of mine, so I've got like a lot of nostalgia for the game, even though I really only played it like this year, the beginning of the year. Yeah, I can't wait to get into number 6 more with the same friend, and I've already played Resident Evil 4 on the Wii, which is actually probably the best version of the game in my opinion. The Wii pointer controls are so much fun. It's actually in my Wii right now because I was just playing it. Definitely a cool one to check out. So I know I said this is a physical game library collection, and it is, but this is a digital game. I got this one as a gift, and I honestly just wanted to show this off because not a lot of people remember this, but the Switch one also had download-only games. And this time, they didn't actually come with the actual cartridge. It was just like a download code in the box. So, I mean, this has been a consistent thing for like 8 years now. But yeah, Wolfenstein Youngblood was cool. I played it a lot in choir. Everybody else was like doing their stuff because I was honestly sort of a lazy kid in school. I totally think this game is a bit underrated. I love me some co-op games, and I also really like shooters, and this is both of those. I don't think the story is good at all. Like, the writing sucks, but, you know, otherwise it's pretty solid. It's a spin-off. It's not like a main game. So I think a lot of people got upset with this game because they were wanting another Wolfenstein game after Wolfenstein, like, 2, and instead we got Wolfenstein Youngblood. Next title I wanted to talk about was The Outer Worlds. This game is made by the same guys who made Fallout New Vegas, Obsidian, and it's awesome. The world is so cool to explore, or like the different planets, and it's really cool to have all sorts of different like partners that follow you around. They all have such like neat personalities, so I think that this game is just very well written, and there's so much to do, and like the side quests always have you questioning whether you're making the right choices, and I really like that. This game is awesome. It doesn't take itself too seriously. Solid choice, especially if you're looking for a cool RPG. This is a game I'm probably going to yap about for quite a second. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite video games of all time, which I know a lot of people say, but it's very special to me. I remember being totally blown away by it. The story being about things moving on after a tragedy is just really beautiful. The environments are awesome to explore. There's so much love and care given into like the way that the world is built, which is why I'm not really as big of a fan of Tears of the Kingdom, which kind of just craps on a lot of the world building that the first one did with very video gamey stuff. Giant like mechs and stuff. It's fun, don't get me wrong. This game is really solid, but this game, in my opinion, will always have my heart. And this one is just kind of like, okay, well, it's more Zelda Breath of the Wild, but with mechs and other cool shit to blow up. It stands on its own, but I like this one. Zelda Skyward Sword is a game I haven't played, so I have nothing to say about this other than that I have it. It's Zelda, so yay. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, on the other hand, this game is fucking peak. I remember being so desperate to play this game as a kid. I think that's what's actually in my console right now. But I remember being so desperate to play this game as a kid. I went on Reddit and did one of those like account password like trading things just so I could download the game. I know that's so stupid, but it worked. I played the game for like a week before I got a physical copy of it, and I totally love this game. Yeah, the gameplay is so good. It's very balanced, unless you consider Steve. That guy is not balanced at all. They did so much to polish the Smash formula with this one. I really don't know how they're going to top this with another Smash game, if they even decide to do another one. My main is Ridley. I don't know what your guys' mains are, so if you guys want to talk about it, you should definitely tell me about it. This is a fun game to play. I definitely want to play this more with other people, and I played a lot online, and I'd say I'm pretty good at the game. I love it. It's awesome. So this is a game on my backlog. I haven't actually fully gotten around to playing this game, which is a crime because I really like Mario platformers, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder is apparently really awesome. I played the first world and I liked it. Once again, I just haven't gotten around to it. This is a game I want to play with a buddy or something. I want to do it justice, so I'm not going to say too much about it, but expect a review in the future. And of course, you can't talk about platforming legends without talking about Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic Frontiers is really cool, but I haven't finished the game, which is kind of a bummer because I really wanted to, but the Switch game's performance was just so bad. It was pretty laggy, graphics weren't good. Like, it totally got in my way of the enjoyment that I was having with this game. Maybe I'll come back to it if they make a Switch 2 patch for it, which I'm really crossing my fingers for, but yeah, Sonic Frontiers. The music is great, the gameplay is great, the level design is pretty solid. It's really just the performance on this version of the game that kind of stopped me from finishing it. I'll come back to it. I promise you, Sonic. I'll come back for you. I'll come back. And here I have Shovel Knight Treasure... Oh, whoops. Anyways, here I have Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. This game was one of the first games released for the Switch, and before that it was a 3DS title. I love this game. I've got so much cool stuff to say about it. The retro sort of aesthetic is awesome, and once again, another game I've been playing with the SNES remote. It's just so good. The first game isn't really as challenging as Shovel Knight Spectre of Torment, which is my favorite of the 4 games. At least Shovel Knight and Spectre Knight are both really good. I'm still working my way through these two, but it's an awesome game, and I even got the amiibo just because I loved it so much on the 3DS back when it was just Shovel Knight. And here I've got Ringfitit Adventure. I actually can't play this game right now because I don't have the Switch 1 Joy-Con anymore. I sold my Switch to get the Switch 2, but back when I had this game, I didn't really play it that much either. I really liked Wii Fit. I played that one like almost daily when I was still like using my Wii pretty often, and I really liked it. But this game, it didn't really scratch that same itch. Maybe it's just like the weird designs, like this like big Bara Dragon Man is super weird, and like, I don't know. Maybe I'll get back to it. Maybe I'll like it a lot more if I give it a second shot. But the first time I tried it, I was kind of just iffy about it. Alrighty, this game is one I have a lot to say about, but I'm going to save some of those words for a review. But this is Cyberpunk 2077. This game is absolutely, like, legendary. It's so good. I remember when it first came out, this game was, like, really buggy, so a lot of people tend to shit on it. But CD Projekt Red has definitely fixed their stuff. This one comes with stickers. This game comes all on the cartridge, so honestly, most third-party developers who are making games for the Switch, dude, you guys have like no fucking excuse. They were able to fit the entirety of Cyberpunk 2077 and the DLC with the same textures that are on like the PS5 version on a little cartridge. Like, you guys have no excuse at all. This game is incredible. The writing is really good. The quality of the side quests are so solid most of the time that like they kind of blend really well with the main quests. Like, they're almost like the same quality, which is just nuts to me. Plus these characters, a lot of them are really well written. I've gotten really attached to some of them, especially characters like Judy and Panam, and honestly, even like River, right? It's a really solid title. Okay guys, I'm actually running out of phone storage because I'm using like an old ass iPhone with a home button, but here we have Yakuza Zero. I pulled the cartridge out because I wanted to show you guys that it's a game key card, which has a little key icon, which basically means that you have to download the game to play it, which for now is going to be fine, but in the future, if their servers shut down, like, dude, how the hell are we gonna keep these games? They're not really our games to keep, which sucks. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but I guess we'll see. And, you know, for now, I guess I can just talk about the game, which I have never played a Yakuza game. This will be my first Yakuza game, which I haven't even started or installed or anything. This is my friend's, so I'm actually borrowing it from him because he already has a copy of the game, and he just wanted to try the Switch version, and it's like, it's the same damn game. But yeah, Yakuza Zero. And then the last of the Switch games is Mario Kart World. This game is one of the launch titles for the Switch 2, and I think it'll be pretty infamous for its $80 price tag. I bought the game physically because I'm trying to get as many physical games as possible, so I bit the bullet and didn't get the bundle. Was it worth it? No. This game is really good, don't get me wrong, but it's not really like, you know, it's a game that you play, you finish the Grand Prix, and then you play online with your friends. And some people will be able to get like hundreds of hours of content out of it. I don't know if I'll be able to get hundreds of hours of content, but I think it's a pretty good game. The new movement options are really great. Yeah, I love the open world. The challenges really remind me of something like Mario Kart DS, where you had those like little mini challenges that you could complete. I like this game. It's good. It's not $80 good though. All I've got now is my Wii titles, which I've only got 3 right now because I'm still trying to build a collection, but I've got Wii Sports, which needs no introduction. This is a good game to have if you are gonna have friends over for beers or something. It's a good game to play with your buddies, especially the bowling. I've had plenty of like goofy words with my buddies while playing this game. I've got Star Wars The Force Unleashed, which is really good. Star Killer is my favorite twunk, and it's really cool to be able to choose if you want to be evil or not evil. And I already talked about this one, but it's Resident Evil 4 Wii. It's a really good game, masterpiece even, and it's got pointer controls, so yeah, what could possibly go wrong? Yeah, I think that's actually all of my physical stuff. I really appreciate it if you stuck around to the end of this, but here's my little physical collection of games. I definitely want to get more Wii games, and I want to get more Switch games too, but, you know, for now, you know, it's a library. It's something I could pick and choose from if I have, you know, moods for different things, which is awesome. So yeah, bye guys. And also, by the way, sorry you got to see my fleshy human man hand. I promise I'm actually a lizard. It's a skin suit, I promise. Just, you know.